You guys, I have to tell you this. This has never been public, like ever, because I'm so mortified. But it's been 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can...
You've had therapy over it, so you're okay?
I have come to grips with the fact that this left my mouth. Hey, I'm Andrea Olson. I've been leading worship and training worship leaders for nearly 20 years. And my mission is to support worship leaders just like you in volunteer-supported ministries because I know what it's like. I've been there. It's amazing, but you have a big job. And sometimes you might feel a little bit alone. But I'm here to remind you that you aren't. We'll cover spiritual and leadership growth, practical resources, and get encouragement from other worship leaders from all over the world. I truly want to see you lead from the overflow, not the overwhelm. So grab a cup of tea or coffee and join me. Welcome to the Overflow Worship Podcast. Okay, welcome to part 2 of episode 100 of the Overflow Worship Podcast. I've got my best friend in the world, Brooke Vasilko, here. She's rapid fire interviewing me. We've been having a fun time, so you're going to want to stay tuned because we've got some good stuff coming.
Hear more about Andrea.
Yep, here we go.
So things have progressed and changed as you said, fine-tune things. You find, this is a really cool opportunity. You have the Overflow Worship Leaders Online. Mm-hmm. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, that has been something that's been in my heart since we started. Mm-hmm. And so it's like, when we rolled it out in 2020, it was like, finally, because I've been thinking about it since 2014, Yep. And I just am so excited to take that next step of building the bridge for people to connect with other worship leaders, mm-hmm. to, be in community, but then also to have a place to learn. So the membership site for people who are watching and you don't know what that is, Overflow Worship Leaders Online is a membership site for worship leaders. And we've got a vault of training resources, and most of them, I take that back. Probably half of them are from previous conferences. Yeah. Half of them are brand new things that we've been creating, and then that ratio will change because we're constantly creating new stuff now and adding it in. But a lot of them, it's just so cool that we can have a place to showcase the archives of the conference. It's the only place you'll find them. Yep. But, I found that worship leaders needed a place to grow, but on their own time, right? Like at their own pace. Yes. It's not timed. It's not like, you only get this for 7 days and then, it's done.
You better have everything you've ever wanted to take away in this 7 days.
Yes, exactly. So it's at your own pace. You can go in and like, I need some sound advice, or I need some keyboard advice or whatever. And they can go topically and find the tools we have for that, or devotionals and that kind of thing. And then the coolest part that really is the bridge is the community. So we have like a custom community platform that we've built in for worship leaders to come in and converse with each other and to converse with me and to converse with other leaders that we bring in. We have monthly member events where we get together on Zoom, and it's just a really amazing community that is growing, and it's another opportunity not just for me but for other worship leaders to see what's going on in the church. How encouraging is that? Especially like, okay, let's say one of our members comes to a meeting and they're super down because of, some difficulties going on right now within the church, whether it's, you name it, you're in ministry, whatever it is. And then another member signs on and she is so excited because, they've had new people coming to the Lord and they are having a worship night and they're seeing, people growing. And it's like that encouragement of like, okay, yes, God is moving, and then we can pull that person up and say like, hey, we're here for you. How can we help you? And we can celebrate with this person over here. And it's it's so cool.
Just to know you're not alone.
Yeah.
Right? Because you can kind of get isolated in your own world, at your own church ministry, and to realize there's other people out there and to encourage. I think that's amazing. Yeah. So if you haven't checked that out, check out the Overflow Worship Leaders program.
Yeah.
I think it's an incredible tool for anybody that's looking for that. Yeah. Okay. So what has changed over the last 10 years for Overflow Worship?
Yeah. I would say a lot. you know, you watched it. A lot has changed. And probably the biggest thing is just how we serve the community. You know, we started out as a conference. Like it was a yearly conference. And I told the Lord at the beginning, I'm like, I'll do one and then we're done, you know, because I know he's like, you're adorable. But it started as a conference and now it's like this thriving community of people that we get to serve and we know them, you know, and when a new person comes into our community, and because it is growing, there's a lot of new people coming in. It's like we get to know them. Yeah. And so that's really why we've made a big change this year. That's why we decided to postpone the 2023 Overflow Worship Conference, which is a little bit strange because like I've been doing it for the last 10 years.
Yes.
Every single fall. Yep. Well, the first one was in the summer.
That's
do you
true.
remember that?
I do remember that. Yes.
After that, every single fall. But I felt this tension. I mean, we were like, you know, planning it and preparing for it. Yeah. And it was like, man, we've got these new people coming into our membership site. And I don't want to miss an opportunity to get to know them because my mind is focused on planning this event. And so I'm like, we have to, you know,
this is the time.
Yes, this is the time. And it's also one of those things where I feel like I've always told the Lord, like when it's time, like you just let me know, like, Lord, here I am.
It's time.
I am willing. And then he's like, it's time. And I'm like,
no, it's not.
Are you sure?
Can you give me like 10 confirmations?
Yep. I don't believe that. I don't know. Yeah.
And you're like, okay, it's time.
It's time. And so I felt like I would be disobedient at that point when it was like, he was confirming it in my heart, you know, and confirming it through other people. And that we needed to devote our time and our resources and our energy as a whole team to the members so that we can love them well and resource them well and help them, you know, walk across the bridge from the resources in our vault to, you know, how to apply them to their context and really just hone in on them and let them have my full attention. And then that also gives us time. Cause you know, like I like planning events. I like being hospitable.
Yes.
And it's fun for me to find ways to like, love on people and surprise them with
you do so
fun
good.
Things.
Right.
Thank you.
So good. The snacks.
The snacks. I know. It's like all the things that I want. So
that's like one of the biggest, all the artists are like, these snacks.
It's like, I know the way to their heart.
You do.
But you know, now we can take this time and prepare for a really unique, even better event in 2024. And it's going to be a members only retreat. And so anybody who's a member of Overflow Worship Leaders Online is going to get invited to that. And so think Overflow Worship Conference, even better, even more tailored, even more niche and like intimate so that we can really just dig in and like, okay, what do you need?
Yeah.
How do you need it? Let's get it for you. And that's exciting to me.
It's so exciting. I'm so excited for what God's doing because it's evident. It's just, he's been crafting this all along and you've been along for the journey and been obedient to say, okay, this could be out of my box, but we're going to step into it because there's a need. And so I'm just proud of you, for following that lead. And it is scary, right? A little bit when you're the leader to be stepping into a little bit of unknown, but you do feel the Lord's calling on that. So, okay, let's break up. We're getting too serious.
I know,
now.
We're so serious.
Okay.
As we were crying laughing before
we
hit record.
Yes, we were. So I want to know, what is the most embarrassing thing that has happened to you at Overflow?
Thank you. Thank you for asking that question. You guys, I have to tell you this. This has never been public, like ever. Because I'm so mortified. But it's been 10 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, so we can...
You've had therapy over it, so you're okay?
I have come to grips with the fact that this left my mouth. Brian Tabor, if you're watching this, just kidding, at Worship Probs. Too bad we don't have it on video.
I wish we would have.
Yeah. Okay. Most embarrassing moment. I had a slip of the tongue here, friends. I did. And it was pretty bad. And the funny thing is I didn't even know I did it until you guys started making fun of me.
No.
Okay. So set the stage. Overflow 2, right?
Yep. Second year.
Yep. Second year. Mark Harris was there. Jeff Dio was there. And amazing band, amazing people in the audience. And we were doing a session that was like, we were supposed to have a lot of fun with it, right? Like what you could play and what you should play, and kind of trying to help people understand their roles in the band.
Absolutely, yeah.
And so Brooke was playing keys. So you can play piano. She's like, so.
No, I can play. You just tell me.
Modest,
a 1 in 5.
Open fifth.
Open fifth, I can hold that.
It's not true. Okay. Next time we'll turn the tables again. And you can. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So anyways, I had asked Brooke to use a sound on the keyboard that was like obnoxious, right? Like, because we wanted it to stick out and be really clear that that's not what you should use. Because sound choice is important.
It's very important. It can be distracting.
It can be very distracting. So, and I quote, I said, Brooke, can you make like a horny sound on the keyboard?
I said, I will not, Andrea, at Overflow Worship Conference. And then Mark Harris
was like, I'm sorry. What?
No, the whole band started to laugh.
Yep.
And you had no idea what you said because you were so innocent. Like, you just wanted an obnoxious sound. Yeah. And horns have an obnoxious sound.
But then I was like, I mean, horn like brassy? Like, I don't even know what to say. I think I fell on the ground.
Oh, we all laughed. It was so funny.
Yep. It was fun.
It was probably one of my favorite moments.
Favorite moments. It was so embarrassing. It's like, thank you.
And then Mark continued to, talk to your parents and be like, we really need to talk to Andrea. She's saying
her mouth
inappropriate things and
my husband and all of that. Yes. So there you go, guys.
It happens to all of us.
It's out.
It's out.
It's out.
Do you feel better, Andrea?
I do.
Okay.
I feel better. I've been holding that in for 10 years.
Andrea, you guys got to know. Andrea is so always just put together, very eloquent, always has things. So it's really just not normal for something like that to happen. So
I mean, everyone was just really satisfied, I guess, that
it was a moment.
It was a moment. It was.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yep.
It makes us all feel more relatable.
Yes.
Okay, so most embarrassing, but what's been your most favorite moment? Memorable moment?
Yeah. I would say, oh man, that's a good one. I got to think about that for a second. I love that you
probably have many.
Yeah, I do. I have a lot of them in there. And, I would say 2020 was really special at the conference because, 2020, it's like everyone in our generation is going to be like, oh, 2020. Oh, yeah, but it was hard. Yeah. And we contemplated, like, are we going to have this thing? Yep. Are we, and I was like, we're doing it, we're doing it. And, anybody who's been around the Overflow family for a while, Lauren and Allison, and they worked their tails off, making sure everything was like sanitized and clean. And we were following all the guidelines and the masks and everything like that. But I tell you what, that room on Friday night was not very full, right? There's not that many people there because we had to limit, capacity restrictions and everything. I have never heard a more beautiful sound in my life.
Yeah, I'm getting goosebumps thinking about that.
Like, don't cry, Andrea. Tony behind the camera knows. He's like, oh, here she goes. And, it was just the most beautiful thing because they fought to get there. That was the sense that I had in the spiritual realm is like everybody who was there was like, oh, I'm going.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to be with people.
I need to be, with people.
Yes, I need to be there. And so there was like a fight in their voices and it was so loud. You'd think there was 1,000 people in the room. And so that I think was a powerful moment. And, one of our guests who was an artist that year, he was really moved by being with people again too.
Yeah.
It was like, he was like, I've been in ministry for, 30 years or however many years it's been. And he's like, but even so in the last year of having to be alone with, he's got family, but like everything's on Zoom and everything is virtual. It's like, I forgot.
Right.
that like, this is what makes me come alive, is being with people.
Yeah. Being together, worshiping.
Yeah.
There's something so powerful.
Yeah. 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 So that was a favorite.
I love that. That's a great answer.
Yeah.
I think it's really sweet. Yeah. You have to think about, it's been a lot of years.
I know.
To think about, wow, there's a favorite part from this year and this year. And so it's hard to pick just one.
Yeah.
We are going to take a quick pause from today's episode because I have a free gift for you. Leading worship is a big deal. And as much as the responsibility thrills you, it also can be a little daunting, right? And I know because I've been there. As someone who's led worship for more than 20 years, I know how stressful prepping for the weekend set can be because let's face it, Sunday's always coming. So I've developed a checklist that I go through every single time I'm preparing a set list for an upcoming service. And it really helps a lot. I feel confident. I feel prepared. It saves me time because let's face it, volunteer, you're probably spending precious evening time working because you're just trying to fit it all in. And so this helps you work smart and saves you time. And most importantly, it just helps me make sure that nothing falls through the cracks. It's helped me for 20 years and I'm giving it to you for free. So click the link in the show notes or head on over to overflowworship.com/setlist checklist to get yours today. All right, back to today's episode.
Okay, so where have you seen yourself grow through this journey?
I've seen myself grow in like trust. Trusting the Lord, and like my faith has grown because like I said at the beginning, I always have an idea of like, this is what it's going to look like. And I'm going to speak it into existence. And it's not that it's not that I don't believe that those prayers will still come to pass. Like it's like there for a time, like we pray it for a long time. It's just, what is God's timing? But my faith and my trust has grown and just exponential ways because I've had to trust God in his no. And I've had to trust him in his wait. And in just all of the wondering and the questioning, the times when I'm like, okay, is this even a thing? Like, should we even be doing this anymore? Because, this isn't going right, or this is changing, or I'm facing this obstacle, or like whatever, from big things to small things. And it's like, he has shown himself faithful though, every single time. Every single time. And so I've just learned and had to learn that like, okay, I don't like this no. I don't like even, changing my plan to postpone the conference.
Like, that was your plan.
Like, I don't like that. And
it's change.
It's change. But then it's like, when it comes down to it, I'm like, I trust him. And that doesn't mean I don't wrestle, right? Like people watching, it's not like, oh, wow, she's so like,
oh, she just trusts and it happens.
Good at this. And no, I wrestle and I cry and I play my piano really loud.
Is that how you cope with this? We know when Andrea's piano gets loud.
Or I go for contemplative walks, like.
There she goes for her walking again.
Oh boy. But it's just so rooted in my soul though, that I know, I know I can trust him. And even though I don't like his no, or his wait, or his maybe, or his no, not yet, or nope, I didn't call you to that. I was listening to a session with Natalie Grant, and she was like, you better make sure that you were called and that you didn't call you to that. And I was like, oops. Oh my goodness. Whoa. Okay. I'm going to just press pause on this and go sit on the floor for a little while and repent.
Sorry, God.
I'm sorry. So.
Okay, so I have just a couple more questions for you. When you think about the Overflow Worship community and what it provides, how would that help like a young Andrea? Like you started with doing worship, right, at a church, and maybe you had some experience, but not all the resources. So how would that help someone like you, a young version of you?
I would say what's unique about Overflow Worship and like the things that we provide is our ingenuity, or our the tailored way that we go about things. So it's not a cookie cutter. It's not like, oh, okay, like you want to do this, this works for everybody.
Yes.
Because it doesn't. Mm-hmm. You know, like your church is different than the church that we attend, and the church that we attend is different than all of the churches of the members inside the membership site. And so, you know, we really get in and we are like, okay, tell me about you. Tell me about your church. Tell me about the size. Tell me about the worship style. You know, like you kind of all these things, because I can't answer, you know, well, what song should we do on Easter? Well, actually, my opinion is not helpful to you at all.
Right.
Like, I want to bring my experience to the table, but I want to make sure it's relevant for you, because doing a Brandon Lake song might not connect with your people because maybe they do hymns.
Right. Exactly.
You know? Yep. And so we really work hard to be handcrafted and tailored. And so how that would have helped me is like, I was just trying to make myself fit into the cookie cutter, because all the resources out there were made for, and I'm not saying they're bad. Like I love resources.
Of
so
course.
I'm like, look all the things that we can, but now I can be like, okay, this one, multi-tracks is for you. Praise charts is for you. You know, loop community is for you.
Yeah.
Like I can, or none of these are for you. And actually you just need, you know, like a handwritten chart or, you know, whatever. And so I wish that I would have had that. And I wish I would have had somebody telling me it's okay that you don't fit in the cookie cutter.
Sure.
Like that's
just that
okay.
affirmation too.
Yeah. And so I love that I get to come alongside of them and be like, no, your uniqueness is not a bad thing. The unique church that you are serving, there's nothing wrong with you. You know, like I think we're not like this church. It's like, okay, are there issues we need to address? Like, you know, okay, then we will, like foundational leadership, whatever. But at the core, like, I don't want them walking around feeling like they've done something wrong or poorly, you know? And so that's what I wish I would have had. And that's what would have helped me come alive even more, is having that community and having somebody to help me handcraft those resources.
Yeah. So this resource is available, people.
Yeah.
Get Andrea Olson. You get, I'm going to sign up. No.
Yes.
I need to, huh? No. But I think it's just amazing. To be seen and to have someone just affirm you, like you said, to say, you're doing a good job, or here's some ideas.
Yeah.
Just to have that. Sometimes we need somebody outside to do that. So, okay, last question, serious question here for you. But what's the prayer you often pray over Overflow Worship?
I pray that God would bring the people who need it to our community. You know, like I pray for the people who need it, that they're drawn to us, because, you know, I want to come alongside of the right people. Yeah. Right. But then I also pray that we would draw people into an experience into an encounter with the Holy Spirit through worship. And so I pray that for any worship events that we plan, that like people would be drawn into an encounter with the Holy Spirit, maybe for in a new way, right? Yep. And that atmosphere of worship would send them off changed and would send them off feeling refilled and refueled. And so then I pray that same thing over our teaching encounters and our, you know, the resources and the events that we have on Zoom, that even our talking and our interactions would, that we would exude just the love and the joy and the peace of the Lord, and that we would leave them feeling refilled. So I pray that over the community, that we would be a refilling source for them, so they're filled to the overflow and they're not overwhelmed.
I love that.
So yeah, I pray that over our people.
That's perfect. Thanks for sharing that. Thanks for sharing just a little bit behind the scenes and your heart. And I can speak for you as a friend and say you're absolutely genuine. Who you are, who you present yourself as, who you are behind the scenes.
Thank you.
So thank you for sharing with all of us. Okay, I have some rapid fire questions for you. You ready for these?
I'm ready. Okay, but you get to guess what I'm going to say, and then I'll tell you if you're right.
Let's see how close we are friends.
I know.
Huh? I hope I get these right. Okay. First question.
We don't like to fail tests. So
we don't.
Is this super stressful?
This is very stressful.
I'm sorry.
Our friendship will end if I don't get these right.
No, I'll lie and say you're right on all of them.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah.
Okay, first question. What was your favorite artist or band when you were little? Now, the question is how little, right?
Okay, how about when we knew each other?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, let me guess. Rachel Lampa?
Yep.
Yes.
I mean,
we kind of, yeah.
But I will say when I was little.
Yeah. Sandy Patty?
Yeah, or Mary Rice Hopkins.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I loved Mary Rice.
We had her videos and I would do all the actions and stuff. We went to a concert of hers and I was like legit in the front doing every single action to the T, and she pulled me up on stage with her.
No way.
Yes.
Did you get to sing in the microphone?
No, I just was a dancer. I was a dancer. She knows what a bad dancer I am.
We all have our gifts.
I could do choreography with the flag.
You see? Color Guard?
I could do that.
Okay.
But if they asked me to do like a jazz routine, I'd be like, you don't want that.
Actually, that's what's going to come in the new 2024. Andrew's going to
be a dance track.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, goodness. Lord help us.
Okay. What did you want to be when you were little? That is see, I have no idea. What did you want to be?
Take a guess.
Well, it wouldn't be a vet because you don't really like animals.
Hey, we have 3 cats. They are outside.
Okay. They're outside.
Oh, like permanently.
But you'd have
outside.
to touch the actual animals if you're a vet.
Oh, yeah. No, not a vet.
No.
No. I don't have the stomach for it. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe a chef.
Oh, that's a good one. It wasn't a chef. When I was little, I wanted to be a figure skater.
Really?
Yes.
Did you ever skate?
Yeah, I did. I did. I promise I did. I'm not saying I was good.
I was going to say, were you good?
I mean, no. But I went to open skate. My dad would bring me to open skate every week. Yes, I loved it. They wouldn't let me take like classes because I was so busy with piano lessons and voice lessons and all those things. But yeah.
Really?
I did.
I'm trying to picture you. Have you skated recently?
Well, actually, yes, because
That's awesome.
of our lake here.
Yeah.
So we cleared off a spot in the winter and I bought some skates and
good for you.
Been skating with the girls. It's been fun.
That is so fun.
Yeah.
Okay. See, I learned something new about you.
Yep. Maybe I could be a dancer on ice. Like, I don't know. Maybe that type of choreography would be fine for me, but I'm not sure.
Well, next time we come visit, we expect that.
Okay.
Well, winter.
Got it. I know.
Okay. If you could play any instrument, what would it be?
What do you think?
I was going to say either drums or like a string instrument.
Yeah. Violin.
Oh, I thought you were going to say, drums.
Yeah, drums. Well,
you play cajon, right?
Yeah. Well, do I play cajon? No.
Didn't you?
Yes. Once. And then it was probably ripped away from me.
Okay, we're putting her back on piano.
You're terrible at that. Yeah, I remember when I was a kid, so my parents were worship leaders and they kind of pioneered the ushering in like contemporary worship. This is the day.
Oh, yes.
You know? And we had a drum set because they were praying for a drummer and like they weren't getting one. And so my dad, was talking to the board and they were like, let's just buy one. If you buy it, they'll come. And sure enough, like
That's
bought
wild.
it, put it on stage, and like we had drummers. Well, not all the time. So I was like, I want to learn to play drums. So I was like, I could hold down like
a solid rock beat.
A beat.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And it took me a minute to get there. You know what I'm saying? I had to warm up. And I'm telling my parents, like, I can do this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can do this. And they would not let me. And instead, they made me play it on the clavinova. I'm like, that's less cool.
That is, yeah. How old were you? Like
probably 12.
Yeah.
I don't know, 13.
Middle school.
Yeah. So here I am on the keyboard.
That's totally how we did drums back in the day.
I could have done it. I really could have.
I think you could. We could do this again, Andrea.
Yeah.
We'll try it out.
Yeah.
Set up the drums.
Okay. We have a kit. Adley's been playing, our middle daughter.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
The other talents we need to learn about.
Yes.
Okay. What is your favorite holiday? I'm going to guess, Thanksgiving or Easter or Christmas or...
Which one? I'll help you out. It's Christmas.
It's Christmas.
It is.
I know. It's the best. Okay.
Yeah.
My husband and I were saying, what is she going to say? Like, if your favorite holiday, he thought maybe Thanksgiving, because your family is grounded on thankfulness.
Yeah.
Because you guys always at every meal say, what are you thankful for today?
Yeah.
So anyways, that's why I thought maybe it would have been that. Okay. What's your favorite way to spend a day off? My guess is cooking and having really good coffee.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anything
Family
else?
time, food, coffee.
Staring lovingly into your husband's eyes.
Yes. Absolutely.
Okay.
Yes.
Gabe, I got you.
Got you. Yeah.
Okay.
She's got your back. Yes.
Okay. First job. I don't know.
Yeah.
What was your first job?
My first job was cleaning my parents' office.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is I was very busy with music. I had piano lessons. I was a total nerd. I had private theory lessons as well as my piano lessons. And then I had voice lessons. And then I was in marching band and then the extra choirs. I mean, you did those things too. Like I was just so busy.
Busy.
And my parents were like, there's no way.
You're going to have time.
You're going to have time.
I know. Yep.
And so they were nice to give me a job cleaning their office. Probably they didn't want to do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I worked cheap.
Hey. And you're good. You clean well now. So.
Yeah, well, yeah. And what I remember about it, though, is they had a storage room in the basement. Mm-hmm. It was like this little office in our hometown. And it was, to me, creepy because it was on an alleyway. And so I'd have to go out the alleyway and put the trash out. And so I would like run and like throw the trash in the bin and run back inside, lock the door.
Scared.
Because I was. And then the basement like was, to me, creepy. And so I'd have to go get the cleaning supplies and I would like run down the stairs and grab them and then run back upstairs. I don't know. I was a little fraidy cat.
No, that's legit. That's legit. I would be the same way. You and I would have done the same thing.
Yeah, even if we were together. There's probably mice down there. And,
oh, yeah. No.
Yeah.
No, okay.
No.
Well, you survived.
Yeah, I survived.
You turned out okay.
Yeah, I did. I mean, you know.
All right. Well, that's all my rapid fire questions for you.
Those are fun.
Are they fun?
You did good. Look at you.
I know.
100%. A+.
Oh, thanks. Thanks.
See,
we can still be friends.
We can still be friends.
Thanks.
You passed. I passed. Yay. This was so fun. Thank you for just coming and doing this. And you bring out the fun side of Andrea.
Silly side of Andrea.
Yeah. So you all get to see, a little bit different side of me because when I'm interviewing or I'm, talking about a specific topic, it's just a little bit different. So this is fun to be able to do. So thank you. And to all of you watching, to all of you listening, thank you for being a part of the Overflow Worship family. And thank you for, joining in on the podcast. Episode 100.
Woohoo!
And we've got more to come though. So we're just getting started, I feel like. And I'm excited for all that's to come. So thank you for being a part of this journey. Thank you for walking with us and cheering us on. And we are cheering you on. Worship leader, wherever you are, we are for you. We're rooting for you. And until next time, keep on thriving.